This investigation exposes 7 ice cream brands that are systematically attacking UK senior health through dangerous sugar manipulation, targeting medication effectiveness. You will discover how Ben & Jerry's packs more than 20 teaspoons of sugar per tub, levels that can quietly undermine diabetes and blood pressure medications in vulnerable older adults. We will also reveal how Häagen-Dazs markets premium purity while delivering more saturated fat than a McDonald's cheeseburger, specifically threatening seniors managing heart health. We analyzed every major ice cream brand's sugar content and chemical formulations versus senior medication safety, and examined their sugar levels that interfere with diabetes and blood pressure medications, chemical additives targeting aging digestive systems, fat content, threatening cardiovascular health management, ingredient fraud hidden behind premium pricing, contamination risks from production shortcuts, medication interference through frozen treat chemistry, health destruction disguised as innocent pleasure, and the results are shocking. Number 7. Aldi and Lidl own brand tubs. Budget ice cream tubs from supermarket giants. Aldi and Lidl promise affordable frozen pleasure for families watching their pennies. They position themselves as proper value options that offer frozen treats without premium expense, particularly appealing to pensioners living on fixed incomes in these tough economic times. But when you dive into the ingredient analysis, these bargain prices systematically cheat seniors on nutrition, while triggering dangerous additional sugar consumption cycles that can wreak havoc on their health. The most disturbing discovery? Some of these budget ice creams contain less than 5% real milk. Let that sink in. You're not even getting proper dairy, just a concoction of industrial oils and air whipped together to mimic the texture of the real thing. It is like serving your nan's sawdust and calling it bread. These cheap formulations create another dangerous problem. They leave older adults feeling hungrier sooner. The lack of quality ingredients means seniors experience less satiety, leading to more dangerous snacking throughout the day as their bodies search for actual nutrition. One scoop becomes 2, then 3, and suddenly they have consumed far more sugar than intended. What is truly insidious is how these products specifically target seniors seeking value. Pensioners who can least afford additional medical complications unknowingly trade affordability for ultra-processed nutrition. It is economic vulnerability exploited through systematic nutritional fraud, taking advantage of those who have worked their entire lives only to be served industrial waste, masquerading as a treat. When your budget ice cream contains more air than milk and triggers dangerous additional sugar cravings, the value becomes addiction engineering disguised as affordable pleasure. These budget brands are not saving pensioners money. They are creating a false economy where the real cost is paid in deteriorating health and compromised well-being. Häagen-Dazs positions itself as premium frozen luxury with sophisticated European branding and purity promises. Their marketing suggests the ultimate indulgence for discerning consumers seeking authentic quality and natural ingredients. The gold packaging, the foreign-sounding name, and the higher price tag all signal to consumers that they are getting something special. But nutritional analysis reveals this premium positioning systematically attacks senior cardiovascular health while exploiting trust in luxury quality claims. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing for older consumers. Start with the shocking fact that a single serving contains more saturated fat than a McDonald's cheeseburger. You read that correctly. The luxury ice cream you are serving your elderly parents delivers a more devastating blow to their arteries than fast food. The high dairy fat levels actively worsen cholesterol management in seniors already medicated for heart health, potentially undoing months of careful medical management in just a few spoonfuls. Despite being marketed as pure and simple, Häagen-Dazs still contains stabilizers and gums that can irritate sensitive stomachs, particularly problematic for older consumers with already compromised digestive systems. The premium pricing exploits seniors' willingness to pay more for what they believe are health-conscious choices, when in reality, they are purchasing a cardiovascular time bomb. This luxury positioning masks systematic cardiac destruction. It is akin to selling someone a beautiful sports car, without mentioning it has no brakes. The average pensioner treating themselves to what they believe is a quality product has no idea they are substantially increasing their risk of heart complications with every spoonful. They charge premium prices to deliver more cardiac damage than fast food, while claiming purity superiority. when a luxury ice cream attacks heart health more aggressively than junk food. The premium becomes cardiac assault disguised as sophisticated indulgence. Our elderly deserve better than this betrayal disguised as a treat. Number 5. Mr. Whippy Style Soft Serve. Soft serve ice cream represents nostalgic summer pleasure, with convenient serving and familiar childhood memories. The iconic swirl from the van or seaside kiosk is practically the soundtrack to British summers, the classic experience that appeals to all generations, especially our seniors who remember taking their own children for a 99 flake at the beach. But our hygiene investigation reveals this convenience systematically endangers senior immune systems through bacterial contamination risks disguised as summer fun. The reality behind that whipped white tower is enough to make your stomach turn, quite literally. Most shockingly, many soft-serve machines use powdered mix instead of fresh dairy. It is not even proper ice cream, it is a manufactured powder blended with water, a far cry from the dairy treat most consumers believe they are purchasing. This alone would not be dangerous if the machines were properly maintained. But that is where the real health hazard emerges. These machines require daily cleaning, yet many shops and vans simply ignore safety protocols. Our investigation found multiple instances where machines had gone weeks without proper sanitization. This creates perfect breeding grounds for harmful bacteria, including Listeria and Salmonella, which can prove deadly to vulnerable populations. Bacteria exposure risk increases dramatically during summer, precisely when seniors are most likely to indulge in these treats. Hotter weather creates ideal conditions for bacterial growth, and with weakened immune systems, older adults face serious consequences from contamination that younger consumers might fight off with minimal symptoms. The convenience masks systematic food safety negligence. Mobile vendors particularly struggle with proper sanitation, given limited access to facilities, yet they often target areas popular with elderly customers like seafronts and park benches where pensioners gather. They are essentially serving bacterial contamination from poorly maintained machines to the demographic least able to fight off foodborne illness. When your nostalgic soft serve becomes an immune system assault, the summer pleasure becomes a potential medical emergency. A simple treat could lead to hospitalization for dehydration, infection, or worse for our vulnerable elderly population. Number 4. Cornetto. Cornetto promises sophisticated innovation with its cone design and a premium European appeal. The clever combination of ice cream, nuts, and chocolate at the bottom of the cone suggests a perfectly balanced frozen treat for discerning consumers. It is the ice cream that markets itself as a cut above your average lolly. But additive analysis reveals this supposed innovation systematically attacks senior energy and hydration while delivering a dangerous chemical overload, disguised as sophisticated pleasure. Behind the familiar red and white packaging lurks a chemical cocktail, particularly problematic for aging bodies. These tiny cones are packed with a massive list of additives containing over a dozen E numbers. What appears compact in size is concentrated in chemical content. The artificial stabilizers and preservatives leave older adults feeling unusually sluggish and dehydrated after consumption, symptoms many do not connect to an innocent ice cream treat. The chocolate lining that prevents the cone from going soggy is so heavily processed it barely melts, raising serious digestibility concerns. This is not proper chocolate but a chemical substitute designed to withstand temperature changes rather than provide real flavor or nutrition. For seniors with already compromised digestive systems, these indigestible elements create unnecessary strain. Summer consumption becomes especially dangerous for seniors managing medication and hydration. Many blood pressure and heart medications already have dehydrating properties, and when combined with these chemical-laden treats during hot weather, the risk of severe dehydration increases substantially. The innovation marketing masks a systematic chemical assault on aging systems. What is marketed as convenient and sophisticated is actually a concentrated delivery system for additives that older people are least equipped to process efficiently. When a supposedly sophisticated cone delivers chemical dehydration and digestive harm, the innovation becomes systematic. Senior targeting disguised as European elegance. Our grandparents are not getting Italian sophistication, they are getting industrial chemistry that leaves them feeling worse than before they indulged. Wall Soft Scoop represents British ice cream. Heritage with familiar family branding and nostalgic childhood associations. It is the trusted household name that defined frozen pleasure across generations. The tub in Grandma's freezer that everyone remembers from family gatherings and Sunday puddings throughout the decades. But reformulation investigation reveals this childhood classic has become systematic digestive destruction through modern chemical manipulation targeting senior vulnerabilities. What was once a simple dairy treat has transformed into something unrecognizable from its origins. The most alarming discovery is that this once dairy-based treat now contains more industrial stabilizers than actual cream. The ingredient list reads more like a chemistry experiment than food, with compounds specifically problematic for elderly digestive systems. The aging digestive tract reacts poorly to these emulsifiers, causing dangerous bloating, cramping, and potential medication absorption issues. Pensioners often notice something different but cannot quite identify what has changed. That soft texture that makes it easy to scoop straight from the freezer is not natural creaminess. It is laboratory-thickened chemical manipulation. It is engineered specifically to appear convenient for aging hands and wrists that might struggle with harder ice cream, but this convenience comes at a severe digestive cost. The childhood memory exploitation masks systematic digestive assault. The brand knows that seniors remember walls from their youth and trust it implicitly, making them less likely to scrutinize ingredient changes. This heritage brand loyalty has been weaponized to hide modern chemical warfare against the very customers who built their success. They have systematically transformed a once simple product into a complex chemical concoction while maintaining the packaging and marketing that suggests nothing has changed. When your family ice cream tradition becomes chemical assault on aging digestive systems, the nostalgia becomes systematic betrayal disguised as familiar comfort. Our seniors are not getting the product they remember. They are getting a shadow version designed for profit margins rather than health or pleasure, specifically exploiting their trust in a brand they have known their entire lives. Magnum dominates premium ice cream positioning with luxury marketing and sophisticated adult appeal. Their adverts featuring celebrities biting through thick Belgian chocolate suggest European craftsmanship and genuine quality ingredients. They have positioned themselves as the ultimate indulgence that suggests refined taste and authentic cream craftsmanship. But ingredient investigation reveals this luxury positioning systematically deceives consumers through cheap oil substitution while harming senior digestive and cardiovascular health. The reality behind the gold wrapper is far from the gold image they project. Despite their premium reputation, many UK Magnums use palm oil and vegetable fat instead of real cream. These industrial fats are substantially cheaper to produce and transport, but they prove harder for the body to process. This creates particular problems for older adults, leaving them with stomach discomfort and acid reflux after what should have been a simple pleasure. These ultra-processed fats contribute significantly to cholesterol concerns, and they are specifically dangerous for seniors managing heart health. While natural dairy fats have complex nutritional profiles that the body recognizes, these industrial substitutes create cardiovascular strain, which is particularly problematic for aging circulatory systems already under pressure. The luxury branding exploits senior willingness to pay premium prices for perceived quality while delivering systematically inferior products. It is essentially charging champagne prices for cooking wine, taking advantage of consumers who believe they are making a better choice by spending more. When a premium ice cream uses bottom-tier oils disguised as European sophistication, the luxury becomes systematic health fraud targeting aging cardiovascular systems. For elderly people who often treat themselves to what they perceive as better quality, this deception is particularly cruel. They are paying extra for products specifically formulated in ways that can undermine their health management efforts, all while believing they are making a more responsible choice. Ben & Jerry's represents ethical ice cream indulgence with social consciousness marketing and premium natural positioning. Their entire brand is built around responsibility, from ingredient sourcing to social causes. They position themselves as the responsible choice for consumers seeking ethical pleasure without compromising their values or health management. But sugar content analysis reveals this ethical positioning masks the most systematic medication. Sabotage and health destruction targeting seniors managing diabetes, blood pressure, and cardiovascular medications. The truth behind their colorful packaging is more disturbing than any other brand we have examined. The most alarming discovery? Many tubs contain over 20 teaspoons of sugar, levels that shock older adults when comparing labels. A single serving delivers a sugar payload that can destabilize careful blood sugar management in diabetic seniors. These high sugar spikes leave elderly consumers feeling tired, dizzy, and craving dangerous additional consumption as their blood sugar crashes hours later. What makes this particularly dangerous is how this excessive sugar quietly undermines diabetes and blood pressure medication effectiveness. Many seniors take medication with carefully calculated dosages based on expected diet patterns. When they consume Ben & Jerry's extreme sugar levels, these medications can become less effective or even dangerous as they interact with dramatically altered blood chemistry. The ethical marketing exploits senior social consciousness while delivering systematic health destruction. Older consumers who care about ethical consumption are specifically targeted with messaging about natural ingredients and responsible business practices, creating a false sense of security about the health impacts. Think about that. A brand that markets itself as socially conscious and ethically responsible systematically delivers sugar levels that can sabotage the very medications keeping millions of seniors alive and stable. They have weaponized ethical marketing to hide pharmaceutical interference that specifically targets the most medication-dependent demographic in Britain. When your socially conscious ice cream contains enough sugar to undermine life-saving medication regimens, the ethics become systematic health. Betrayal disguised as responsible indulgence, targeting seniors who trust ethical brands to support rather than sabotage their health management. From ultimate sugar medication destroyers to luxury oil frauds, from childhood memory chemical betrayals to bacterial contamination machines, these 7 ice cream brands prove the frozen treat industry has systematically weaponized pleasure against senior health, while targeting the medical vulnerabilities seniors rely on most. They have kept the appealing packaging, nostalgic branding, and pleasure promises, while filling the containers with excessive sugar, chemical additives, and health threats that can sabotage medication effectiveness and attack the aging systems that depend on careful health management. The promise of innocent frozen pleasure has become systematic. Pharmaceutical warfare, designed to exploit senior trust in familiar brands while generating profits from the very health complications these products create and worsen. And here is the bigger question. If this is happening with something as simple and universal as ice cream, what else in our kitchens might not be what it claims to be? Are you absolutely gobsmacked by what you have learned? Subscribe now and share this video with someone who needs to hear it before their next shop. Your Nan's health literally depends on it, so do not wait.